going. That's like implement an AI that tells you to put soap on pizza.
It's delicious. No, it's not. Shut up now.
It's the Tide Pod. It's the Tide Pods all over again.
Yeah, I know, right? Tide Pod generation. Shut up.
Yeah, I find it amusing that like the boomers are like, you millennials like win your participation trophies, like they weren't the ones giving them out.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Well, I mean, to be fair, it may be their generation that was, but they didn't necessarily all approve.
It's going like your people don't know how like you're making fun of the millennials. Go like, yeah, don't know how to do basic life skills. Going, yeah, no one taught us.
Now, who is that on? Me? Nah.
It's like they're going like the millennials go to like community college to learn these basic life skills. Like, and the boomers like, yeah, they don't under, they don't know basic life skills. Going like, yeah, no one taught them.
It's like, but that would be indoctrination. It's like, you know what? You actually are obligated to teach your child what you believe to be true. And, you know, I feel that way even if what you believe to be true is what I consider to be very false, because you believe it to be true. Like, if you actually... Okay, especially things you think you know. Like, you really think you know. Go ahead, teach that to your kids. Just don't teach them the things that you're like, oh, I want them to believe this, even though I don't. It's like, be careful about that. Although sometimes...
I want them to think that I'm a total piece of crap.
Even though I don't believe it.
They're gonna believe it like at some point like in their lives anyway. Might as well teach it to them early. Start early. Might as well like start early.
That reminds me of an interesting thing somebody shared of like, with spare the rod, spoil the child. Where they're like, the iron rod is the word of God. Hold up, wait a minute. So when they say spare the rod, they weren't talking about beatings? Oh.
Oh. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Makes a lot more sense. It's like, spare the rod, it's like, don't give them the word. You spoil the child. Yeah, you think? You have the no standards for them.
Yeah, that's where the rule of thumb comes from. Oh, beatings is where the rule of thumb comes from?
What is that rule of thumb?
A switch no big, like no thicker than your thumb?
I see. Any thicker than that and you'd be breaking bones. We don't want that.
Just like the psychological damage is like enough.
Which, to be fair, for some people that's really worked out. Not that I'm condoning that, but, you know, there have been some memes where it's like some memes about like furries and stuff where it shows the dancing furry person, and the guy sees that on the internet and they go to their dad and they say, "Father, thank you for beating me. You're welcome."
Yeah, and yeah, the people like that are banning books like have no idea what's like kind of stories are in their Bible. So like going that's like like by your own like rules, the Bible needs to be banned.
Oh yeah.
There's stories of like an old man sicking like wildlife on little kids,
Well,
like
yeah.
daughters
Although,
sleeping
like,
with their
there's
father.
actually that one's not. That one's actually not little kids. It's older teenagers, which by their standards is young adults.
People knocking the door, like people like pimping out their daughters, like and
No,
daughters
that
sleeping
that
with fathers.
that to be fair is very not little. Like that is definitely not rated G. That's very PG. So don't put it in the kids' library. Like be like, okay, yeah, read this with your parents. Read this with the teacher. Don't read this alone. Why? Raisins.
Raisins. You put it in the jello.
My little brother likes to say raisins when he means reasons.
I just found out like just the other day that apparently there's some people that mistook tetanus with AIDS or AIDS with tetanus. Like they
Oh, interesting thing. Fauci actually was the source of a lot of homophobia with the initial AIDS breakout because he wanted to be a he had a savior, like a god complex or whatever. He wanted to be a savior of a pandemic or something. So he was like crying wolf every time there was a pandemic, or rather, he was crying wolf every time there was a virus outbreak, trying to be like, this is the total end of the world, and like, oh, if you don't listen to me like this, it's gonna be so bad, and trying to blow it way out of proportion enough that it's like, ah, yes, and when they survive, they'll be grateful to me. Yeah, so, yeah, literally the idea that it was, that HIV was super contagious came from Fauci. Like, the idea that it could be, like, by breathing the same air as someone. Fauci. Like, the science had already confirmed that that was not the case. It was very much just an STD. But
yes. Just saying, it's easier to it's easier to catch crabs and than it's to catch AIDS.
man, freaking creeper tried to launch me into the lava, sneaking up on me. He followed me in here. There's no way he could have been. He could have fallen down behind me. Okay, maybe from up here. Maybe from up there. You know, that's all kinds of messed up. He almost blew me the heck up. I'm at Lava Land on a tropical island. Stick to the plan. Turn it to a lava land. Gonna turn it to a lava land. There's also the interesting story with Lot's daughters. With Lot and his daughters, and they like make him drunk
Yeah,
to have his kids. But when you consider, so it explicitly gives their reasoning. It doesn't just say, oh, yeah, and they did this, and then they had these nations, and so problems, you know? No, like, it gave their reasoning, which is that
But yeah, like the reasoning makes it any better.
No, but hear me out. No, here's the reason. So it gives the reasoning, and it was that they thought that there was no other man for them to continue their father's lineage with. And so they're like, well, we'll get pregnant by our father. So, but then here's the thing. So, in the case of Christ and being born of God and Mary, Latter-day Saints, we believe that, like, she's a spirit child of God. So, and, like, God's the only Heavenly Father in the whole frickin' universe, so no other man. Only way. Have to have a half-mortal, half-divine atoning sacrifice. Only way. I learned that because Halverson talked about, now he didn't spell that out, but he did use other interesting stories of women in the Bible to say, like, well, let's see, this is all pointing forward to Mary, and, like, it's trying to help us to not judge her too harshly and like, snap judgments and such and make wrong assumptions.
Of course, yeah, according to the Bible, we're all products of incest anyway, so.
That's true. Although it's funny, one thing I realized is it's like, God could just have easily have just raised up other families out of the dust for genetic diversity. He could have gone either way, because he literally says, I am able of these stones to raise up seed unto Abraham. Jesus said that in the New Testament. Which means, he's like, I can make humans that are of the lineage of Abraham just out of these rocks. And it's like, hold up, wait a minute. You're saying that's still on the table. That's not denying that he... That's not confirming that he has done such a thing, but it's not denying that he has either. It's saying, like, I totally could. It's like, wait a minute. But even without that, there's also the matter of him being able to tweak genetics so that it's like incest child, schmincest child. It has more genetic diversity. But of course, that was only under the situations where, like, that would only be a thing that he did under the situations where it's like, yeah, this is the only way, right? Or just making more people. It's like, poof, there. So, either way, God can do miracles.
Yeah, like, I never understood, like, the God, like, well, I kill my child when, yeah, what if, like, the knowledge of the doctors is given to them by God?
Knowledge of the what?
Oh, like the people that they go, I don't need a doctor. God will like help me like out of this illness.
Oh, yeah, well, that's... I mean, it's understandable how they reach that conclusion, but it is being poor stewards, and it is a lack of, it is in its own way a lack of faith in God that good would come of him. But again, that's more a lack of faith in medicine as a good thing. You know, but like, no, seriously, like, it does good things, and some people, like, acknowledge that they're good things, and they're still like, but I want a miracle. It's like, no. Like, go pursue your medicine stuff first. Like, literally, Brigham Young back in the day, like, we just learned about this in Elders Quorum. Like, the bishop told us this about, like, priesthood blessings and things, that, like, back in the day, there were some people who would ask for, during Brigham Young's time, there were people who would ask for priesthood blessings that hadn't used medicine or whatnot, and he, like, said, like, oh, have you used pursued the latest medical remedies? Have you pursued any remedies? And they're like, no. He says, try that and come back. It's like, if that doesn't work, then you can ask for a blessing. Don't you go skipping the process because you want a miraculous experience. I mean, they're literally sign seekers. We know what Jesus said about them in the New Testament. It's like, come on, man. It's like, oh, but we already believe. Yeah, then just mind your own business and don't seek a sign. Like, a sign will come to you if it's time for you to get one. Don't go saying, okay, God, either there's this sign or my child dies.
Yeah, yeah, we'll just charge you with murder.
Kinda, yeah.
Child endangerment, child abuse.
I mean, that's certainly not being valiant in the testimony of Jesus. They may think that they are, but it's like, no. Nope, actually. I imagine for some of them it may be the case. Because that's what they've been taught, and it's all that they know, and they don't realize. But for the ones who start that kind of stuff, it's like, they know better. They know better.
They go like, you're part of my cult. Like now, like you do what I say.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of you do what I say, just two creepers and one blew up the other. It's like, fun.
You know, I think like my on my single player my main camp like spawns spiders. But I'm going, I haven't seen any other mobs, so like I'm going, where are these spiders coming from? Are they spawning? And if like they can spawn spiders.
Ferb, I found out what we're gonna do today. Gets lost in the tunnels. Aren't you a little unprepared for this journey? Yes, I am.
Aren't you just a kid? Yes, I am.
Aren't you a little young to be operating a crane? Yes, I am. I hope that there aren't very many children who don't learn the lesson that's being taught with those little exchanges, which is, these are fictional characters, and they're only getting away with this because they're fictional characters. They're only surviving messing with very adult things because they're fictional children. Don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the children know it better than some of the adults.
The children watching are better than some of the adults watching?
Yeah.
Maybe. It's just a meme, Dad.
Just a prank, bro. Just a prank. Yeah, like I had a dream where like someone like got just it's just a prank, bro. To me, like so bad that like I was contemplating like scalping, but messed with my hair. Like that was like I ended up looking like Cynthia, like the doll from Rugrats. Like it's like we're gonna scalp you. Wear that as a wig.
Sounds pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is the same mineshaft or another one, but I'm in a mineshaft.
Does it have torches already? It's probably the same one.
Not necessarily. That depends entirely on where the torches are.
Well, that's sort of what I meant.
That's fair. Because abandoned mineshafts actually do spawn with some torches. Just so you know. Did you know? Now you know.
Now they know. Oh, yeah, the big mouth, like the autistic coded kid, like was wrote on the wall, like during one of the episodes, wrote on the wall. Like, this is a wall. Now they know.
I'm gonna have to stow some stuff again. Are they chasing me again, Father? Yes, they're going to kill you. No, Father. Make it stop. No, son, this will make you strong.
Okay. Okay. Push. Take him first.
Horrible, Father. Shudders. I can hear you gulping. Yes, I can.
Everybody hydrate.
Water. Drink it up.
But like, yeah, you gotta get that water that's like low in hydrogen, like dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah, people with dihydrogen monoxide in them. Everybody who's ever died of cancer has had dihydrogen monoxide in them. It's a pretty serious substance. Gotta watch out for dihydrogen monoxide.
Studies have shown that like bottles of water that like been on the shelves for like a year or longer have high concentrations of dihydrogen monoxide.
Oh, that's good. I would think they have lower concentrations of it, actually, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're sealed bottles. So where's it
Uh,
gonna go?
it's not about the water leaving. It's about the concentration changing because of other things entering the situation. Namely, hydrocarbons of the...
So like everyone's favorite microplastics.
There we go. There is plastic in my blood.
We're more we're more like Barbie than you act like Barbie.
So fantastic. Made of plastic.
Plastic. Yeah, if you think about the lyrics, like
It's a very bad song.
not a very wholesome song.
It's really not.
Neither is the Space Cowboy.
See you later, Space Cowboy.
They call him the Space Cowboy.
Do you know what I'm quoting? The See you later, Space Cowboy?
No.
Have you not seen Cowboy Bebop?
No. You are a toy. You are a sad, strange little man. You have my baby. Yeah, so far this is probably going to be winding up like your most entertaining episode, to date.
Potentially. I have a lot of really quiet episodes, not gonna lie. Like when I'm playing alone, I'm really freaking boring. I can sometimes be entertaining, but like by myself, I don't do much. But I have someone to riff off of, then I'm more entertaining. Unless
Yeah, that's usually how I get into trouble.
unless that someone is like severely harshing my vibes. In which case I'm like, I just kind of shut down my energy. That just doesn't work.
Oh, okay, that's where that went. I thought that was an email. That explains why I couldn't find that one. Because like I'm like, I know I wouldn't have deleted it. It's like,
Mm-hmm. Must have energy. Need more energy. Like, oh, okay, cartoon villain, pollution monster.
I am the cotton candy glob. Cotton candy glob? Uh-oh. so one time, like, the monster was scared like, Scooby and Shaggy.
A cotton candy glob? Like Scoob, you know what that means? Oh no.
The most delicious, like, investigation yet. Who do you think you are? Ruby? Ruby? Dude! Oh. No, my monsters! My monsters! 49. 7. Divided by 7.
You lie. Liar!
Oh, no, that'd be 3. 90 divided by 10.
That's 9. It's like, you stupid. No, I'm not. Alright. What's 10
I
plus
am
9?
smart.
What's 10 plus 9? 21? You stupid.
He doesn't even know he's stupid.
That's how stupid.
2. 2, 3, 4. This math makes my brain hurt.
math in general, or just this math?
Um. Okay, 35 divided by 5. 5. No.
No.
7.
Yes. Very good.
Perfect lesson. Yeah, I started up with like trying to do Japanese, but then I ended up just doing like the first lesson over and over. But then I changed it like a couple times. So like now like the first lesson's hard,
Mm.
and now this math is starting to get hard. August challenge. Oh, 2 daily class in one go. Wheat. Yeah, why not? Suffer through another ad. Mute. Mute the ad and ignore it.
It's like, to make us money, watch this. No. But, no. I refuse.
It's just like, yeah, like the meme of I ain't paying you like to do work. Like, okay, I just won't buy anything. Wait a minute. Wait, that's not allowed. You have to buy stuff. Like, but we don't have money to buy stuff.
But we're
Then pay
supposed
us.
to control your mind. That's what our job is. Get a better job. Your job sucks.
Yeah, millennials killing such and such industry. Going, correction. Millennials don't have like the money to spend on like useless trinkets, like food and rent.
Boom.
It's all the avocado toast is why they got for home. No, greedy corporations is why we can afford anything.
The what?
Greedy corporations run by like devils like minions.
That's part of it. That is certainly a part of it, but it's also exacerbated by by government policies that drive inflation. It's the two of them put together,
Well,
really.
government is run by corporations, which are run by like
Well,
devil,
yeah.
like the
So
angels of
what it is,
the devil.
you actually put it together. What it is it's like
Oh, I got a free like trial. It's gonna end in like a day or two, like tomorrow. Yeah. So the corporations run the government, and like the devil runs the corporations.
not quite. It's a little bit more complicated than that. It's similar to it, but a little bit more complicated.
Okay, like
I mean,
so
the
the
communism plays
corporations
into it.
don't
So what it is,
like
communism.
run it, but like they like
Well,
bribe the government like to do what they
well,
want.
yeah, that is the thing.
Essentially,
So communism wants for people to hate capitalism and seek higher regulation to the point where they have an overthrow or like where they want a rebellion against that system or whatnot, right? So the communists literally will try to make the system worse from all angles of it in order to drive a desire for a revolution. That includes using corporations to exploit things. So, and because they aren't actually principled enough to be like, oh no, we can't use corporations to like abuse people because that would be evil and such. We can't do that. No, they want the power, and they don't care about actually helping the people. They care about the revolution. They care about the people wanting to be helped, so that they give the power over, and then these people hold and who are driving the revolution then hold the power. Like it's like, do you see the Hunger Games?
Yeah, it's like this meme fits. Is people were burned a nation to the ground to rule over the ashes.
Exactly. And that's what's going on. And now, granted, there is some inherent greed going on as well, and there's a general rise in consumerism issues and all that such, and plenty of supporting just dishonesty on both sides, but there is a concerted effort to completely undermine the system and its ability to do good. It's a real shame, because and one thing that really pisses me off is that there are people who say like, oh, anyone who even like begins to believe in like the communism or the socialism, whatever, they're just stupid. They're all Riris and blah blah blahs, and it's like, no, shut up. No, there's plenty of half truths to be regarded in that. Like, you can't just say, oh, they're dumb for even beginning to believe those lies, because they're carefully crafted. And
Why it's called propaganda?
yeah,
Not just like not just here's like blatant lies.
it's not just like, hey, give us power. It's like, oh, well, let us control your life, and we will make it better. It's like eventually they get to saying that, and some people like, and then a few people will be like, but like by that point, most people are like, oh yeah, that's a great thing, good idea. Please control my life.
And then we get Skynet.
Then we get what? Skynet? Yeah, literally a thing they're trying to push for. You will own nothing and be happy. It's like, no, we will own nothing and be miserable, you fool. Right.
Yeah, if buying isn't if like buying something isn't like that doesn't let you own it, then piracy isn't stealing. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing.
I like that one. I like that one. That's a good one. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. But no, it's interesting. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say?
Something about Skynet.
Yeah. So, with the proper form of collectivism, like it roots through moral things, and you know, it's sad. I hear a lot of people when I tell them about the law of consecration and the United Order and stuff like that, and they say, "But that doesn't have enough teeth. You aren't making anyone do anything." It's like, yeah, but that's what makes it so much better. That's the point. That's the power. Like,
Yeah, I wonder what future we're heading towards. Terminator or Borg?
no, what's funny is the Borg is actually a parody of or satire of the law of consecration, because they fly around in a giant cube in space, and the holy city of Zion in the Book of Revelation is a giant cube, and they have one heart and one mind, holy city of Zion, and then also,
Oh, hail the Borg Queen!
that's part of the interpolations. That's part of the change, the perversion. But yeah, no, really, it's interesting. But the difference between is that it's more of a figurative, same heart and mind. Well, I mean, it's not like literally the same physical heart and physical brain, but of the same spiritual heart and spiritual mind, the same way. And which again is just so funny to me. It's like, yeah, Zion, one heart, one mind. You got to be one, and Zion is as Christ is one in God, and it's like, okay, so
collective.
And it's like, wait, so that's it. The intercessory prayer literally equates the two, and then creedists will turn around and say, "Oh, you Mormons have it all wrong, so bad. You dare to even think that it could be like that like God just that God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Ghost just have the same way, and they're just perfectly united in purpose." And it's like, well, isn't that literally what he tells us to do? And he says he wants us to be one in him as he is one in God, and that, wait a minute, it all matches up. Huh, isn't that funny? All the dots connect there. It gets a little exhausting. But oh no, one cannot argue with the Nicene creeds. No, the tradition must be kept.
Tradition.
Tradition. They're holy traditions that are surely authorized by God, because his church cannot fail. It never would and never could. And by the way, your church has failed. And never was.
I knew I should have became a Scientologist. Yeah, if you really hate someone, just give Scientology their contact information and tell them that this person's interested.
I know someone who did that to someone. I was.
They'll never let them go. They'll probably just literally try to kill them before they let them try to leave.